you know, there's two options that we're looking at. And one is staying in, forming that new party, but we run the risk of a Kamala Harris and Waltz presidency because we draw votes from Trump, or we draw somehow more votes from Trump, or we walk away right now and join forces with Donald Trump, and you know, we walk away from that and we explain to our base why we're making this decision. Not easy.
Clearly.
Yeah, not an easy decision.
Now.
All right, so this right here, I don't know much about her, but her name is Nicole Shanahan, and so she recently went on the podcast and said that they might end up dropping out of the entire race and joining with Donald Trump because of how bad the Harris and Walz administration is and what they stand for. I thought this was very interesting. I don't know how true this is. I don't know if this is just, you know, I don't know. Like, again, I don't know anything about really RFK and Nicole Shanahan. I've heard of RFK doing his campaign. RFK actually does get a lot of love from a lot of people. So what I'm starting to notice is if they're usually in the middle and if they don't rock with Kamala Harris and they have reservations on Trump, they usually go RFK. Like, they like Trump, but then they say, well, I'll just rather go RFK, right? Because he's still kind of like Democrat a little bit, but he's not so far left like Kamala Harris. So very interesting that that they said that they would rather, or they could possibly just team up and just work with campaigning for Donald Trump. Because I believe personally that Tim Walz, I feel like Kamala Harris is already a bad candidate, right? But I think Tim Walz further made this a bad choice. And if you really see the writing on the wall, what I see is a bunch of confusion, and your kids being confused, and them messing with your children, and this world going to crap. Economically, as a U.S. representation, I think we're going to be even weaker. I think that a lot of things are going to fail if this Harris and Walz turns into an administration and actually wins. I think we're going to be in a much worse spot than where we are right now. That they recognize the fact that, listen, all we're really doing is taking votes away from Trump, or we're taking votes away from Harris, but maybe they're thinking to themselves, instead of taking votes away, let's just find the better party that will do better for the United States, and let's just team up with them so now our votes can go here. And you know what? People are loyal to their parties. And by seeing this, I'm going to look in the next coming weeks if this actually happens, but this will be a really good move for Trump if he can embrace the RFK and Nicole Shanahan, if they're serious with saying, hey, we are endorsing Trump. I know that you guys wanted us to win. We don't have a chance on winning. We're just stealing votes from Trump, and we may allow something else worse to happen, which is this administration, which we don't rock with. And if you could, they're going to say, vote for Trump. So this is interesting. I would like to know your guys' comments below if you're seeing this on the replay, what your thoughts are of a possible RFK / Nicole Shanahan endorsing Trump and working with him on his campaign. Good thing or bad thing? Now the way I look at it initially is, sometimes not all publicity is bad publicity. And I think this might be a good thing if this is true. But that's my opinion. Let me hear your thoughts below. Let me read these comments and get to the actual last video. Trump fought like the mob. He ain't scared of ish. He looks, I will get banned if I say it. Are you talking about RFK? RFK should be back out of should back out until 2028. He has a better shot then. This thing between Trump and the DNC has become very personal and needs to play out. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, sadly, we know the independents aren't going to have a chance. But, it is what it is. All right, last video. So I can cook up and then